now it is just time for the awkward. Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Just making sure. Are we live yet? So.
Oh yeah, now it just went out.
Sure. Oh, it looks like we are all set. How's it going, Nakama? Brit is back with some One Piece 1130. As always, I'm joined by my lad. How's it going, Samurai Drew?
Doing good. Just the duo today.
Yes, the dynamic duo.
We're gonna be bringing the charm, the good looks, the good banter, the funny, and the funny.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like my camera might be glitching.
Are you okay?
I know.
Do you feel okay?
So I'm going to just do this real quick, and you don't get to see my face. I'll try it again in a bit, but I don't want to just ruin the stream too much. But Samurai, I think we're gonna go ahead and jump
it's looking like I'm the star of the show today.
Oh, you are the star of the show. So in being the star of the show, I'm going to go ahead and open the chapter for 15 pages. Very sad.
I've seen a screenshot. You know, this one, I think this one's gonna be a really good one today.
Okay. Well, in that, this is chapters 1130, The Accursed Prince. And you have someone stealing Yamato's sword as they sleep with Atama. Ogre Yamato's Golden Harbor Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 17. Sword got stolen during nap time. Some ninja you guys are. So yeah, sword is getting stolen, and now we really have to find out who and where this is. Any thoughts? Yeah, I'm still glitching. Unfortunately, Samurai Drew may have gotten Foxy'd. So I will...
Now, I knew I was going crazy.
There he is. Alright. I'm gonna, what all did you last hear?
Okay. No, I've heard everything. It's just that my computer's freaking out. Okay. I think I got it now, but I'm just gonna be looking off. It's gonna look like I'm, looking off for the rest of the stream, basically.
No worries.
Okay.
At least they get to see you.
What's up with the internet today? It's all Elon's fault, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely we get to blame Elon. I dig it. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on. Unfortunately, a short chapter, but still pretty fun nonetheless. So I'm jumping in 3, 2, 1. And now we've cut to the old lads. When we have Frankie. Listen up, warriors of Elbaf. This search is over. What? To make a long story short, we searched and we didn't find nothing. But we know they're alive. They're alive and well, so thanks for trying so hard to help us find them. It really warms my heart. Frankie, what are you saying? Yes, let's wait for them in Elbaf. We're all heading for the same place. Indeed, my sharp network didn't turn up anything either. We're just grateful that you went to such lengths for the search. Plus, we're out of food. No point in any of this if we all starve in the process. This is so refreshing that we have the elderly Quadro, the elderly 4, and they're just like, oh, we're cool, we'll get there. I see. Well, if their own crew says they're fine, that seals it. Steer us back to Elbaf, boys. Rawr! Let's toast to our safe return. We're out of food and drink, Captain. Gah! So yeah, they've been searching all around, and all of the adults were like, let's go back. We know that they're there. Let's figure that out. So, pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I like the gaps. It's kind of fun to skip a few days.
That is true. So we did jump a little bit ahead. And Frankie is being the good papa figure in this and making sure they're all set. So I'm going to go on to page 3 in 3, 2, and 1. It's huge! Look at this tree. How many thousands of years old is it? So they broke out of what seems to be like a house. Meow. And are they all like this? So big. and you have a giant castle, doo-doom, and what looks to be, is that a staircase going up into a bigger tree? Brr, it's freezing. Is that a mountain? Look how look how long this rope bridge is. So rope bridge going up into. Look at this tree. So
I
they
love
saw a
this.
small tree, and now that's interesting. They saw a small tree, and now they're about to see the Adams tree. So like a comparison. Wait a minute, it's so vast. It feels like I'm getting dizzy just looking at it. Oh, hi, there are giants coming down the bridge. Creak, creak, creak. I've got nothing. Any thoughts, Drew?
My thoughts is that Oda loves to draw big, scaling, mischief, like, and I'm really curious about this little, like that branch, that first branch or whatever we see in black that goes up into the cloud there. Mm-hmm. That's really peculiar. I'm wondering what the heck that's supposed to look like. Is that a branch or what? I'm
thinking that's a branch of the Adams tree.
Yeah, it just looks so peculiar. So.
No, you're right to be suspicious. You are very right to be suspicious and aware of what's going on. I've got nothing, so I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay. Now we got the new giant pirates right here. This is Hiredin's crew. Why did Hiredin have to bring that weirdo onto the crew? And he's like, whoo. And, oh, there's a giant bird. See, everything in Elbaf is big.
Gerd. She's on the list, man. What are you talking about? She's on my list.
That's good. I'm just saying the animals in Elbaf are big. Because look at that dang owl. That owl could freaking... That'd be so cool to have that owl on your crew.
Sorry.
No, I'm obsessed with this owl because look how big that owl would have to be. That would be the coolest addition to the crew. All I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, that's the pirate Gerd. Okay. Well, I hate him. Loki's the shame of Elbaf. It's him. So they all don't like, or she doesn't like him because he probably did something back in the day or something. That's interesting. Okay. This is his laugh, which is yeah. That's only going to make Rodo happier. Well, and I'm sorry, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but the paneling's a little funny. But well, that's because he's a good navigator. Answering her question on why did that weirdo get on the crew. Then onto the bottom. You saw it, didn't you, Piper? His crow was carrying a little boat in his mouth. Okay, so Loki was the one that brought him. Okay, so I might be able to get $1 on this one.
No. She says Loki's not the shame of Elbaf. It's him. So she's saying Loki's not the one that's making us look bad. It's this dude.
Nakama. I see. And intruders have to be caught, of course. But Rodo's greatest intruders are his own. And so he's laughing at them, and he just looks like he's just like jolly cook who's ready for the next thing. Do you have anything on that page?
Nope. Gerd and Goldberg. Okay,
Goldberg.
Gerd.
I like.
Woo!
Goldberg is one of my favorite right now because he's like ooh, and he's got a little wisp. The queen
that's
is
because she's a good navigator.
Okay. On to the next. Now we got the Straw Hats, and they're watching them from afar.
Oh
and
no!
Hi,
Luffy. Sanji's about to lose it.
And they go, they seem nice. No, stop. I'm going to find them and tell Chef Javrul about this. Did you hear that, people? They said the name Elbaf. We gotta be here. And Usopp's really happy, and like you said, Sanji's really happy. I didn't know there were giants so beautiful. Hey guys, we're here. And then Nami goes, idiot. They said intruders get caught.
Nami.
And oh, brother, Gavin, you learned by now.
Talking about looking for you guys. Gosh, her and Usopp.
They're part of the freaking Straw Hat. They're part of the. They're actually your subordinates technically, but they still have to earn their respect to be part. Okay, did I imagine it? I think so. Frodo, are you in there? And they just arrived to the base, and And so far we're ignoring. So they're like, we're kind of gonna spy on this meeting here, maybe.
Maybe. But again, we're slowly starting to scale Elbath. Like, it's about to be just insane.
It's huge. Like, it looks like it's way bigger than an island. It's definitely like more of a continent. It feels more like.
It
like
has to be. The freaking castle seems to be an island, the size of an island. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna jump.
On a
in.
map, I'm hoping that Elbath is like one of the biggest islands on
the outside of the red line. It has to be. All right, I am jumping on to page 6 in 3, 2, and 1. Whoa! It shakes a lot. It's so long. So we have some more just juxtaposition of the bridge. Oh, they let the cat go. That's fun. We gotta hurry. If those giants come back, there's nowhere to hide. So we're on the bridge, and you can look even below, and there looks to be wolves just staring up at them like, "Rrr." A giant-sized bridge means every step is a pit to avoid. Don't worry, Nami. I used to balance off ropes all the time. I'm good at this. Oh yeah, Chopper used to have, that's a little callback to Drum Island. It's a trial for a fit and brave warrior, as Usopp is going along the ropes, looks like. The forest below is packed with giant wolves. What's up, Luffy? Can you feel that too? Something's tingling. Okay. Luffy's getting a tingling feeling about something. Oh, something. I'm gonna jump on to the next one if you don't have anything.
No.
Oh man, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, I'm not going. Then and neither are you. You're not setting foot in any forest in the entire world. Yes, we all know that.
Oh man, do not.
It's whoever I heard roaring back in the Block Kingdom. It's whoever I heard roaring back in the Block Kingdom. You guys keep going across the bridge. What? And Luffy just jumps down. What are you doing, Luffy? Be brave, Usopp. Where are you going? It's all wolves down there. And he's just gone. So it's now, Luffy has separated himself from the teens. We lurk. Sagrain, thanks for stopping by and lurking in the stream. Be sure to like for us. It really does help us out. Thank you, my brother, for stopping by. But in that, I've got nothing.
All I want to say is this is like the fantasy we love. This is so good. Like the idea of him like venturing out and being like, okay, you guys go on ahead. I'm gonna stay down. It's like it just feels so good to get. This is so adventurous. This is so. It's so good and it's so imaginative. And you look like there's giant wolves down there. There's like it's like freezing. It's a totally different dynamic than we had. It feels like last week. You know.
This feels more adventurous because you not only have the two groups with the adults and the teens, but you have Luffy separate. And you know that no matter who we follow, all of them are going to carry the story forward. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. All right.
It's up to you, Samurai Drew.
Okay, excuse me. What does it say? We attacked Egghead.
Oh, yes, they got the newspapers.
Oh my God! Are we gonna get bounties? No, wait a minute. Yes, that was in the papers this morning. Why would they lie about us? It's too tiny to see. and so Robin's gonna break it down for him. I'll read it for you. The giant pirate crew returns after a century of slumber, with Emperor Straw Hat Luffy. Yeah. They set the seas around Egghead aflame. The captains of the giant pirate crew, Froggy the red ogre and Dory the blue ogre, are each worth a bounty of 1.8 billion berries.
Woo, they raised their bounties.
Good. That is so good. Oh man. And so I love too tiny to see.
Because they were 50 million, and now that they're back, they basically tripled.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
million,
and then
500 million. Sorry.
Love it. Okay, on to the next. All right, on to page 9. 1.8 billion. I don't think we were back. I didn't think we were back in action. And he was like, yikes. You were each at 100 million back in the day, right? That's a big jump.
There you go.
So as he does the sketch thing, and then Robin goes, of course, inflation means the currency value has changed a lot in 100 years. That seems appropriate for an Elbaf warrior chieftain now. Meanwhile, our captain is the culprit who murdered Vegapunk. Oh my god. So they actually did pin it on Luffy. Another masterclass in lies and distortions. And Frank, I can't believe it.
Again,
man, that's too bad.
I love it because no matter who we're following, we're able to move the story forward. So we're seeing the wilds of Elbaf now with the team. Luffy is about to do his adventure, and we're finding about everything with the people that actually give a damn about what's happening in the world. So like, it is just like, oh, it's so good. Oda, you're so good. So good.
And man, you know, I love. And then we're going on the bottom panel here. Wahaha! So he killed me, did he? And shut up. You know he was protecting you to the end. And okay, Frankie, getting a little hot under the collar here. But let me just say this: Frankie is at peak Frankie right now, in the front of the flame, leading the crew right now. He's the one driving the story forward. I feel like right now.
He's the vocal one who's going to speak. But again, this is now that the teams are gone. Because it would have been Usopp or Luffy or one of them. And now with them gone, that's what I love about this dynamic. And we get Jinbei being able to engage with them. I love it so much.
Bro, is Frankie stepping up? Is he going to be like leading this little crew here? Because he started the chapter and he's oh man, anyway, that's exciting. Okay.
They all can lead it, that's the best part.
And then here's Brooke piping up. When was this picture taken? And yo ho ho ho. At some point in Egghead, I'm sure, the World Economic Journal has people everywhere. They'll pay good money for good photographs.
Again, because now they're all contributing. Frankie leading the narrative, Brooke asking the questions, and then Jinbei coming through with the logic. And Robin.
Oh wow, that's nice one.
I love it.
Okay, on to you.
When Luffy transforms into his free form, does this mark appear on his arm? Oh my goodness, that's the tattoo. The freedom tattoo. And they don't know about that. They weren't there in Alabasta for the X on the arm. When Luffy turns into his free form, does this mark appear on his arm? Does it? He's usually moving around so much, I've never gotten a good look. It seems unnatural to me. His hand is blurred, but the mark is crystal clear.
Meaning someone wrote it on.
Vivi.
Oh my god.
In the World Economic Journal, Vivi is leaving. Where is it? Vivi
Easter egg
is leaving clues. I'm so excited. Vivi is. I'm so excited. Oh, this feels like we're teens again. One Piece is amazing.
He has to come. Oh my god, this is incredible.
Oh yeah.
And Big News Morgans, you need to chill on your propaganda for a minute. Because that's too much. That's fake news.
Fake news.
And what do you care if the government doesn't like you or not? Tattle on them. But what do you?
Strange detail to focus on, but it seems familiar to me. Amazing to think that the Straw Hats considered equals with the red hair now. Says Jinbei. Woo! We had this youngster named Haruden on our crew. I hear he's your follower now. He's the son of a... Haruden is the son of Loki? He's the son of a king too, you know. Was a real temptress brat though. Was he? He was he? They wanted to come to get you too, but in the end, it was only us old timers because of a bit of trouble back on Elbaf. Trouble? I'm going. Any thoughts, Samurai?
No, keep going.
It happened while the captains were away. You see, in Elbaf, The king had another child known as the Accursed Prince. Okay. He committed all manner of evil acts and was sentenced to crucifixions a few years back, but nearly escaped his punishment. It took all of the warriors to get him under control. Okay. All giant warriors of Elbaf? Would his name happen to be... Wait a second. Yeah, he's got a few screws loose. His desperate desire for legendary devil fruit passed down through Elbaf royalty led to him to kill his father, King Harold, and eat the fruit. The next time that Loki, the Accursed Prince... The next time... Is this a double page spread, or am I... No, it's not.
Okay. No, you got it.
It just was reading very weird. The next time that Loki, the Accursed Prince, is unleashed, the world will be brought to ruin. He is the shame of Elbaf. Okay. So Yo, what up, Shaggy? Thanks for dropping by. Yes, this chapter is fire so far. I am on page 11. And, sorry that my camera's all messed up, or else you'd see me freaking and jiving on craziness. But it is interesting because now we have, apparently, Loki is a prince and Hyruden is the other prince. Okay? So, looks like Hyruden probably took off to be a pirate. Loki is probably now the king. And he killed his dad to get the devil fruit. So now I'm interested, is that why Lola didn't want to marry Loki? Because he was a monster. I mean, this guy wanted to marry Big Mom's family. Could he be crazy? I don't know. Any thoughts before it's your turn?
I just love all the giants in a circle, and that one guy was like, I think he's like having like flashbacks. He's the shame of Elbaf. Everyone's like, yo, chill, man. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. You know, you don't have to. You don't have to go crazy here. But anyway. Oh yes, I have a sweet spread here. Okay, on to the next.
Oh.
So, here we go. Luffy has found somebody. Oh, and isn't that being crucified right there?
Well, again, the other king known as the Accursed Prince, it took everyone, he committed all manner of evil acts and was sentenced to crucifixion a few years back. Nearly escaped punishment. Luffy just found him. Of course, Luffy just walks up on this dude.
Look at, and he's blinded. Oh my god. Randy Troy frickin' guessed something like this. That's really interesting. We'll jump back to this. Anyway, and we just see, I mean, he just looks awesome. So here is the unnamed giant. Okay. Name yourself. And then he goes, hey, I'm Luffy. I'm the man who will be king of the pirates. And king? Where am I? And who are you? And wow, that's my page, but it looks so good. And
so we've met Loki.
Look at those tattoos. I feel like they look like they just look kind of familiar-ish, or they're just tattoos. But
it kind of has a Kaido vibe to it.
It has a Kaido vibe to it.
So,
but yeah, he looks awesome.
He is just chained up to the wall. I'm guessing.
Did you ever play God of War?
What's up?
Did you ever play God of War, the new one?
No.
I
heard it was really good.
There's something about Loki trading his eye for wisdom, and look at, he traded both of his eyes.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! I just realized something.
Yeah.
Luffy does the worst against tricksterous people.
Oh right. Well, no, I think he just was gonna unleash him anyway.
You think? Wait, so you think Luffy's gonna let him go?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, let's get the party started. We're pressing the fast forward button. He's already found. You know, we didn't even see him battle any wolves.
All right,
we're pressing. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's see then. Let's see if Samurai Drew is right. 3, 2, 1. Doom!
Oh my god.
Here it is. This is the Warland, Elbaf's Kingdom of Warriors. The most powerful nation in the world, which once lived and breathed warfare. Doom. It's shaking. And I am the sun god who brings the world to an end. Loki. So we finally meet Loki, all bound And this is definitely time for a sip and discuss. A toast to kicking butt.
See if your camera's still glitching.
Let's see if the camera's still glitching. Yeah. Still a little bit of the glitchies. A little glitch.
Yeah.
But, yeah, before it crashes the thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you?
But
what
look
should?
at Elbaf. Elbaf looks so good, and it's mostly a tree. So okay. The scale went somewhat differently. The scale has somewhat changed just a little bit. But we don't know about the how big is does the continent keep spreading past the right? Because it almost looks like it ends on the right of the Doom.
The words "it's shaking" are literally the Straw Hats on the bridge. Yep. Yo, Daniel, thanks for stopping by. We are doing our recap of the chapter. We just wrapped up. So
we're looking at the panel of Elbaf.
Yep, we are looking at the final panel of Elbaf. And Drew, the words "it's shaking," those are the Straw Hats. So that's the castle. That little ass thing is the castle right there that we were on that was so huge and was going on forever. So we are officially in, and it just keeps on going up higher. It's like there's 2 levels. So I'm very much interested if people like live in the trees or how that all works out. Especially because there's rope bridges going up into the trees. So do the giants live up there? Is that where they live? I'm pretty interested in that. Especially if, the world is sinking. There's that.
Do you see the waterfalls coming off the trees?
Those are waterfalls. Wow.
And so I think that's because the condensation maybe hits the trees, and then so there's like a bunch of water coming through. That'd be a cool explanation.
I could see it being so big that each like layer has its own climate. If you haven't seen it, I'm very sorry, but it's what is it called? Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss, I would say it has a very similar structure to how this giant tree works. So, yeah, I would go Made in Abyss would be a very good acumen to that. But we have our tree. We have our Adam's Wood tree, the biggest tree in the world. Let's probably stream for another 20 minutes and just discuss all 15 pages. What are any other thoughts on the tree, or do we want to go to Loki?
Okay, yeah, no, let's go to Loki, and yeah, my thought about, he traded an eye for wisdom, and then we see Loki here with no eyes. Can you imagine if he traded both of his eyes?
That might be the case. Because we haven't gotten our eye patch person.
No, is Loki the one that they're describing with the crazy-ass devil fruit?
So, to my understanding, so correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm on page 10. It's that he was desperate for power. His desperate desire for a legendary devil fruit, passed down through Elbaf royal line, led him to kill his father, King Harold, and eat the fruit. So we already know that he could have eaten his dad, because that's what Big Mom did for her fruit, or he could have killed him with a bunch of fruits around and gotten it. But we now know that there is an ancient devil fruit specifically for Elbathian royalty. What do you think that devil fruit could be? And should that be the question of the day?
Yeah, definitely. But we have to come up with some ideas for it. That must be Sea Prism Stone around him on page.
To be.
Okay. So he could bring the end to the world. Okay. How is that? So what can he do? Oh man, Loki's powers, right? Maybe I'll just Google that.
Well,
we can start there.
Let's start with that, but let's also dive into the fact that he is the sun god. He is the god of the sun. So if he is the god of the sun, is there a moon fruit? Is there a sun fruit? I'm very interested if this is a literal interpretation of he has the powers of the sun. So could it be that? So could a more intense fire magma fruit? Because remember, Hiruden was trying to get the flame fruit. Because
Yeah,
that's where my mind. We first met him when he was looking to get the Sun five Miro Miro no Mi.
we love that.
Actually, no, we met him in we saw him in Big Mom's flashback, but that was in Whole Cake. High Ribbon's a prince, by the way. There's that.
But a different prince. So like.
Well, he's the banished prince, probably. Well, he's probably the prince that, like, the noble one who, like, took off the sea, and then you have the other brother.
Right. So you think they're brothers, or do you think that they're cousins?
Well, it's said that he had another brother. He had another son.
Okay. Oh, okay. I misunderstood that. Okay, so they're brothers.
Mm-hmm. So
let your brother go. Maybe he's with it. Maybe Eiichiro wants his brother to be free.
I don't think we've had a war between families in the royalty that we assist. Because we didn't have that. We didn't have that with Arabasta. We didn't have that with in like Fishman Kingdom. So like all of the royalty that we've been working with, we've never actually like had a split faction. So like are we now in the middle of a civil war?
Oh, I'm sorry, what was the last sentence? I was looking at.
No, I said, are we in the middle of a civil war on Elbath?
Yeah. Maybe like a little one, not like maybe not full blown war, but maybe just like a little disagreement, maybe.
Because where does it say? It happened while the captains were away. You see, in Elbath, the king actually had another official child known as the Accursed Prince. He committed all manner of evil acts and was sentenced to crucifixion. Took all the warriors, took all the giant warriors. Would his name possibly be? That's when we get the ... The next time that Loki the Accursed Prince is unleashed, he will bring the world to ruin. That also gives me the understanding that if he can control the sun, he could bring the world to ruin. And as the sun god, he could do that. So I'm still going on the sun powers.
That's interesting.
Still going on that.
Well, okay, so let's go Marvel with it. Because our Loki can make illusions and sorcery.
Wait.
And has...
Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah.
Because you saying Marvel brought up Ragnarok. Let's combine that.
Oh, Ragnarok powers. So like he can like bring. Okay, how's this? You know, like a luck fruit. Like okay, like every time you do something like something you get lucky, right? Okay, well one's of it's a Ragnarok fruit where everything that you touch turns into the apocalypse. so like you like engage and then all of a sudden like whatever the easiest thing to happen, like either a volcano erupts or a asteroid comes down or a flood happens. But that's his fruit is that he can just trigger the Ragnarok anywhere he goes.
Something to that akin. Whether it's
the Ragnarok fruit.
Well, what does Ragnarok do because we know that it brings the end of the world, but does it eat the sun? Like, what is it? One of those type of things? Because if it's like a sun eater, then we're like, okay, he definitely can have the sun fruit. Also, keep in mind it's very cold there, so that could be a part of it. Because you know, sun god, sun fruit, everything's cold. I'm very interested in that. So I'm definitely leaning more into the sun lore. Let me look up.
Well, what I'm seeing is like, you know, the great battle. Like the Ragnarok is the great battle, and so like, is it like he's a battle X? No, like I don't know. That's so maybe Ragnarok is a funny way to look at it. But maybe he knows how to trigger. He knows how to kill the tree, maybe? I don't know.
Ragnarok is a series of events and catastrophes that will ultimately culminate in a final battle between gods and the demons and giants, ending in the battle of the death of the gods. Ending in the death of the gods. Like, I'm sorry, that's pretty wild. and then the world is reborn.
Do me.
So, I'll do accept the giant, who is none other than Loki in disguise. Again, I want to see if something has to do with the sun. Like if, yeah, like if at all, like the end of the world is akin to something of that nature. But I'm guessing Tekken will definitely have that.
Okay, ready for the next thing?
Yeah.
Vivi marks the X on the arm, and now we got.
Yes, let's jump into that because I'm about
Luffy,
to go
because yeah, I'm pretty sure that Luffy has never. Wait, so are those permanent? That was that a permanent tattoo, or was that just like a mark?
I think that was just a mark, but and that's the fun part because it's been burned in my head that it's a tattoo because so many people IRL have that tattoo that I'm also like, is it a tattoo? I don't know. But I do think that Vivi at least made it more pronounced to give that message out because she's the only one who would see it. So now, going back to the note of each different segment of the Straw Hats helps push the narrative forward, the elderly see it. None of them have any recollection, but they're like, oh, that's vaguely familiar. So they're probably going to show that to Luffy, and they're going to be like, oh, it's the Araba. No, they're probably going to show it to the teens, because Luffy's off with Loki, and the Sun Gods are hanging out. So I'm very interested.
I'm looking, yeah. I mean, I think that X wasn't. I think it was like a permanent marker. I don't think it was a tattoo.
Yeah, so I think that definitely gives us more an indication that Vivi is just hanging out and marking. So is Vivi now the MVP of the chapter?
Oh, that's. I'd say Loki, man. That is such a baddie right there.
I don't want to put.
He looks so cool.
Loki in the thumbnail, though.
Okay. Or Frankie. I would make the argument Frankie is freaking leading up right now.
Okay.
He's over here. Hey, over here. Hey, you shut up. Sit down. I think that's I don't know, but I'd hear the argument for Vivi. But the only thing is we haven't really seen her. We've seen maybe what she's well, of course, what she has put into the newspaper.
Yes, because Big News Morgans or Wapple knows what that does. Knows about that.
I wonder. No, okay. No, it'd be fun to think about is who else knows about the X on the arm.
That's the thing. It would only be that crew, the crew at that time, and Vivi.
About Bon Clay.
Bon Clay was the reason that they figured they got. Bon Clay was the reason that the plan worked. Because he pretended to be Cobra, and that's when the arm thing happened.
Wait a minute. Remember when they were like, oh yeah, see, I got it too. Oh man, anyway, I wonder if, so hopefully Vivi's the only one, but I'm just trying to remember, I was thinking that for some reason Bon Clay did know, but he just did it wrong. But no, I think you're right. I think he just did the patch on the arm, but he didn't know it was under it.
Also, just now realizing this, there is a giant-ass sword behind the big tree. No, that
was that.
Like this thing is.
That was that Wano too, right? There's like a giant.
There was a
thing
giant ass one in Wano. So we have other things to discuss.
Yeah.
Dory and Broggy's bounties, and then Gerd and Goldberg. So bounty increases for the Giants, getting a little taste. Maybe in 2 weeks we'll get a little bit more of a bounty update from all the Straw Hats, finding out more about what Big News Morgans was reporting. I'm down for that.
You know, yeah, and Shanks might go up, and Blackbeard's might go up for both defeating Law and Kid. Maybe theirs goes up even more for that.
I think Blackbeard's are gonna raise because of Garp. That's what I would probably say.
True.
That's the one I would probably say is gonna raise. I could imagine that the Marines probably have like Beaver cards for all the Marines, so they know who's dead. So in that case, I'd probably go that way. I don't know. Like the Redhead Pirates, they had someone come up on their turf and they beat them down. So I could think that by settling and beating up the part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, that they could get a bounty increase because those Bartolomeo pirates are very dangerous, and defeating them gets a bounty increase. Or not.
Yes. But I don't. I wonder how many of them we're gonna see. Like, is he gonna give us the whole shebang? That'd be great. No.
I hope
one whole last chapter. Only bounties.
Yeah. So, I wonder if we are gonna get a bounty of Loki. With that,
maybe not. Maybe the world doesn't know. Only Elbaf knows about it.
Of Loki.
Yeah, like that's a localized problem. Like the world doesn't know about Loki.
True, because they did say it happened while the captains were away, so that's like the last 100 years.
Oh man.
That's interesting. All right, and then last is Gerd is officially here. The new Giant Pirates Doctor, Goldberg the cook. I forgot about this part already. As they're like, hey, my owl saw his bird capture a boat, and pretty sure the Straw Hats, dude.
The birds are watching.
Yeah, the birds are watching each other. It's like, dude, we know you got him.
She's a warg.
I doubt that. I don't know. She's a doctor, so maybe.
Well, that's what in like Norse mythology, like witches, doctors, can shapeshift and look through owl. Remember in Game of Thrones, those guys.
I know that there are wards in Game of Thrones, but I didn't akin them to doctors as well. So.
I'm more like shamans, and I can make then I can draw some parallels there.
No. Well, again, with Norse mythology, the doctors were shamans, so really cool. So, introduction of. I don't know if we officially got Roto's officially introduction in the last chapter. So technically this is the first true introduction of Gerd and Goldberg. As well as Gerd just being like, oh my goodness, Loki's not the shame of Elbath. It's this dude. So that's very
So they must have a good impression of Loki. And I like these two, so I would trust them. And I don't like Roto. Roto's a creep.
Yeah, so it looks
They're right. They have good judgment.
So how about this? Just for fun, we'll go for like another 5-6 minutes, but we'll have a quick vote. Who's the best introduction for the new Giant Pirates? We'll do that. Best intro. This chapter for new Giant Pirates.
Let's see.
Gerd.
I wonder what.
Go ahead.
No, when they get out of Loki's castle here, and go up into the new town, it's gonna be funny because there's gonna be like so many giants, and they're all just gonna be like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to the grocery store." They're gonna like living like these hella regular lives, and then I wonder how often humans can like make this trip up this giant rickety bridge.
Well, it's normal for them. It's more. It actually does become a more rickety bridge in that occasion, but like they walk across and traverse it all the time. It's like normal people who are like, okay, this is pretty crazy. Every plank is its own pitfall just to get through.
These wolves, that'd be great to have one of those wolves on your crew.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
If you can train it.
Say that one more time.
If you can train the wolf.
How to train your giant wolf. Your giant snow lobo. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. And also, what's your bet? Do you think Luffy's gonna release Loki?
I am going to say that Luffy is going to release Loki, especially because since Luffy is boss Luffy, I don't think he can really get in quote-unquote trouble for it. So I don't think it's going to be like some, oh my goodness, like they're now the enemies of Elbaf, let's chase them out. I don't think he's going to do that. Now, again, releasing him is probably going to cause some stir, with people being like, oh god, how does this outsider do that? Especially with the whole humans versus giants thing. So I'm interested in the fallout more and what that looks like, if that makes sense. What are your thoughts?
When's Luffy gonna use his little axe? And no, actually, maybe we should thank Moto. He at least gave everyone accurate clothing. So maybe we should
Yeah, thank you, Roto, for setting us up with the best swag for the event. That's funny. What else can we discuss over these next few minutes? Or predictions for the next chapter?
Yeah, predictions for the next chapter. I'm thinking we're gonna get maybe a little bit more with Luffy and Loki, and I'm feeling like we're gonna get to the top of that rope bridge because we're pressing the fast forward button. We don't have time to go over the rope bridge for more than a chapter.
Well, I'm more interested in who's going to not quote unquote catch us, but who's going to who are we going to meet along this way? Is this owl going to come flying over and they're like, Nani? We must hide because Owl-chan is here.
He's watching.
I know, right?
Big brother. My
big thing kind of goes into what the teens get into along the bridge. We're already in the same mindset that Luffy is going to release Loki, so we're in agreement there. And then I guess for the adults in the room, I'd probably say they're gonna find out more about what happened in Egghead. I think that's what's gonna happen for the adults. So we're gonna keep on getting some more lore drops. Yep. So the adults are gonna be the ones who are like, what happened to Kid? What happened to Law? Like they're gonna be the ones how the Straw Hats find everything out. So I can see that. Does that make sense? So
I'm so glad that we're back. Yeah, we're not missing anyone in the crew, right? We've accounted for everybody, right?
Yep, everyone's accounted for, but now we're in 3 groups because Luffy's on his own, then you have the teens, and then you have the adults.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for them to go into town. Once Nami goes on a spending spree, she's like, oh, look at all these cute Elbaf clothes.
Right? Now that she can finally pick her own clothes, which is interesting to think about. Another reason probably why Gerd doesn't like Roto, because he's just like, oh, well, just another otaku. Let's see here. Did you go ahead and vote at all?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I should have switched it because no, Gerd did win. That's great because I actually did like Gerd better.
Okay.
Because I like her owl now.
Her owl is definitely now.
And she likes Loki and doesn't like Roto, and so actually, you know what? That's a pretty good idea.
I don't know if she doesn't like Loki. I think she just hates Roto more.
Loki's not the shame.
That's
almost like a compliment.
Sounds like a compliment. I'll keep that in mind for Samurai Drill. As we wrap up, we can talk about both the 3-week hiatus because we won't be back until the 10th of November for the chapter, and then Shaggy just went ahead and said, what are y'all's opinions on the anime hiatus for the next 6 months? I am going to always say good. Whenever the animators have time to get ready,
they're gonna condense. They're gonna condense. They're gonna do more of the chapter. Like maybe 1 chapter per episode is what I heard.
Well, I'm also excited because this is the Kuma backstory. So you want it to be in detail, especially because we didn't get that detail in the chapter. So yeah, I would prefer they actually like sit back and take their time for all of this, because when anime comes back, we're going right into that flashback. We're gonna fall in love with Ginny, and they'd be heartbroken about what happens.
But at least you know what? Yeah, and also our director gal, I forgot her name, but she has her short coming out about like somebody in Sabaody. She's like a fan of the Straw Hat Pirates. That looks like Nami. She's like a Nami fangirl. And yeah, the art looks great. It's directed by her, and it looks like it's gonna be a hit, a smash. It's gonna be a hit and a smash.
So a lot of exciting things. Stay tuned. We definitely aren't going to be doing anything next week, but who knows? Maybe on November 3rd we might have just a random chapter, a random stream about either my live reacting to Monster, which I still have not read yet, which is Oda's first original work, or I would honestly like to do the best split ups to begin a chapter. I'm interested in how they're. I would like to have a conversation on how each chapter starts and how the crew has been split up and how we like it. Like this time we have the adults and the teens, and Luffy's now on his own. Egghead, we had Luffy, Bonnie, Chopper, and Jinbei, who was the dad of that, and then we had the other group. So each chapter, there's different ways that the crew is split up. Some are really, really good. Some are really, really bad. I think that'll be a fun, big conversation to deep dive into. Other than that, any thoughts, Samurai Drew, coming up?
Yeah, no, just, you know, hold on tight. One Piece will be back.
There you go. I'm going to end the poll. Shaggy had another question. How they're redoing the Arlong Park arc. I'm always going to be a fan of updating the anime for amazing parts of the anime. I don't hope that they cut on some scenes, and I hope they give the proper time to others. That's all I can say.
Yeah, the Arlong fight has always been, in my opinion, a little funky. I don't know. It's always been funky, the fight, because the manga, you know, it's hard to translate some of the punches that he draws in that one. Yeah, definitely interested to see how they maybe try to smooth out that fight at the end of Arlong.
Oh yeah, especially in like Zoro versus Hachi. How does that sword fight look? How does Sanji and I can't remember the other fisherman's name, but how does that fight look? So very interested, especially because Hachan wasn't included in the live action. So a lot of people are gonna be like, "Who the hell is that?" And it's like, that's Hachan. You should know about our friendly octopus. But as we wrap up, best introduction this chapter for the new giant pirates. Gerd, we are all individuals of culture, and I appreciate you all for that. I do think that the MVP is going to be Frankie, just because Frankie took the lead as far as like the adults and all of their conversing. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Samurai, before we jump off?
Alright, have a good few weeks. Maybe watch something else.
Go watch Grieving Souls. Let this Grieving Soul retire. Let this Grieving Soul retire. Great anime. But I am the DarkBriton of the Runaway Warlords. Thank you all for joining us, and always remember that anime is adulting. Stay reckless, Warlords. Peace.